Hi guys, welcome back to Which Way to the Broom with your host me, Jiminis. Today, for the announcement, which I think is a pretty big, I'm no longer on SoundCloud. So I hadn't realized this, but SoundCloud only lets me have so much for airtime, and then I have to pay for more airtime to keep uploading my podcast to that platform. So YouTube is my best friend, and this is where the rest of my videos will be going. So that's the setup that you see here now. This is going to be my normal podcast setup, unless if I'm doing like a specific different kind of demo video like how I normally do. So there we go. I also would like to announce that I have Dream again as my co-host on the podcast, and today's episode is going to be a kind of a debate, more like a discussion about love spells, because they're a big topic in a lot of groups because they're so, well, you'll just see. So anyways, let me introduce episode 12, and again, my co-host Dream, who's been on before. So I guess let's just get started in this episode. Episode 12.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's get to it. So, Dream, do you think that love spells are for beginners or advanced practitioners?
I mean, I would lean more towards advanced practitioners, but most of them actually wouldn't consider doing such.
So,
because even they, on the left-hand path, would believe that this is wrong.
So, for love spells, do you find that more beginners are more interested in practicing love spells than more advanced practitioners? Because I honestly see that, so often, not in like more advanced groups, but more in beginner groups. I see a lot of beginners posting about love spells.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because it's one of those things that, like, most people in their life want to find love. It's such an attractive concept that that's going to be the first thing they're geared towards when they start looking for things. And they think, damn, if I can make this happen, then I can make anything happen.
Yeah.
But that's not always the best choice, in my opinion.
So, I mean, what do you think is the attraction in love spells? Like, I mean, we see the attraction, but why is it love spells or are more the eye-catching spell rather than like money spells or prosperity or really like selling your soul? Why is it that love spells are probably the most common sought after spells?
Because everyone has their crushes and everyone wants their happily ever after. And that's what they're searching for, is things that they want. That's what they start out with. It's always like mundane things like money or love that people want to grasp and have in this lifetime. And so that's where their attention is drawn. Most people, when they're beginning out, do not want to deal with all the higher up things. They don't want to deal with, like, wow, what's the next life going to be like? They want things now.
Yeah. So, like, do you think love spells go as bad as people claim to say that they do? Like, example, we're gonna throw in the movie, what was it called? It had that lady named Nancy in there, and it was like that witchcraft movie. Oh, The Craft. Yeah, the movie The Craft. Yeah. So that girl did the love spell to make like everyone fall in love with her or something, or this guy fall in love with her, and he became like crazy obsessed with her. Do you think that is how these love spells actually manifest, or do you think they manifest in a different way?
Well, unfortunately, I know firsthand how bad these can go.
Oh, do you care?
I was one of those people who didn't actually do a love spell per se, but wanted to get back at someone who kind of, you know how it is. People say they like you and you're too young to realize that it's not worth it, so you kind of want to get back at them. This was more of a revenge thing that ended in a horrible stalking incident.
Oh. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you definitely know this one.
Yeah, I know this one. So, your spell, I see what you're saying. Okay, so basically, Dream here worked with a working, and it did not work out in her favor, and in fact, it completely turned into the opposite of what she was trying to achieve. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely you're right on that. I would call it more of a love curse than a love spell, and I would say more of that curse was put on me than anyone else. Because not only did I get one obsessed stalker, but that kind of spread to a lot of other people, attracting bad people, like people that would hurt me so that it would attract them to me and then spit out the same kind of revenge at them that it did to this one person.
So really just a big nasty mess. So do you think that applies for everyone who wants to do love spells? Like, let's say, for example, for me, so I'm getting married. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm getting married.
Congratulations.
I'm getting married. So I'm getting married. So clearly, like, you know, my relationship is happy and it's healthy. But let's say, like, I wanted to do some kind of love spell to spice things up in our relationship, and I'm not like talking about like a bad spice or like a sex spice, but like to reinstate a childish love. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that childish little butterfly feelings whenever you go on your first date or whatever. Yeah, you know, like those little flutterly feelings. What if I did that kind of working on me and my future husband?
I mean, I would say because the feelings are already there, it wouldn't go bad at all, I don't think, as long as you both agree on it.
Yeah.
The thing more is if you have someone who's totally not attracted to you in that kind of way. You might be friends, they might not even know you exist.
Uh-huh.
And you try to do something more than a general attraction spell. A general attraction spell is fine. That'll draw in people who you match with, who like you vibe with.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. So it's kind of like if you cast.
That's when the mess starts happening.
Okay, so I know that you're in the same group as the occult kitten, like succubus group. So like from a succubus perspective, if for those of you who do practice psychic or sexual vampirism, what if you casted a spell to help allure your prey or your meal? Would that kind of love sex magic backfire? Even if, well, let's say like your prey liked you or didn't like you. I mean, do you think, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I believe that everyone who does that puts themselves in a little danger from attracting the wrong kind of people. But that's like kind of the point, is to attract people in. They're not doing it for love. They're not doing it for like anything other
for romance, but besides just a meal.
Person, you know?
Yeah.
So they don't want anything in return. They're not really expecting any kind of feelings or anything in return. They just want like the one thing most of the time. I'm not saying that's everyone, but I'm saying that they're putting themselves out there like that. They want to attract multiple people. They want to get with multiple people, and then they don't want to see those people anymore.
Alright. So, like, let's say someone's, like, main focus in their practice was love, not just, like, romantic love. Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, just any type of love, you know? Like, what would be some deities that those people could work with?
I mean, I would say, I just read up on the Erudites. They're like the children of Cupid. Each one represents a different type of love. And there's many other deities too, including Cupid, Aphrodite. There's like demons like Visago that are for more friendship type love.
Visago's the best though. Shout out for Visago.
There's a whole array of different beings out there.
Yeah. Have you worked with any of these deities or beings?
I mean, not necessarily for love, no. I really try to keep myself out of that mess after the whole first fiasco.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind doing it for other people.
But for
just
yourself.
Because I've learned what I've learned, but I'm not ever going to direct that towards me again, I don't think. Yeah. I don't believe that I would do that.
So,
but, things change, nothing's set in stone.
Right.
But for right now, that's my beliefs.
Right. If you could give advice to anyone who is interested in love workings, what would your advice be if they're like love workings for like their crush or something?
I mean, love workings for your crush. I would suggest maybe a confidence spell so that you would get up the courage to actually ask them instead of trying to use magic to attract them in a way that is really going to backfire on you. Because once you get them, they may be in love with you for the rest of your life. I don't know. You might be able to break it if you stop, but eventually, most of the time, you'll find out that you stop having feelings for this person and that you will just move on with your life and they'll still be caught up on you. And it will be painful to them as well. If you actually care about this person, you probably won't do this to them ever.
True. I have to agree there. What if they're asking advice on like self-love? What would your advice be?
I mean, like, I always enjoy the ritual bath when I think of self-love. You get yourself, like, a nice scent that you put in your bath, maybe some nice bubbles, you light a few candles, and you just have some you time. You use some rose quartz, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
I would recommend radicronzonite. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's definitely one of my favorite crystals, and it does help produce self-love. And I think rose quartz is more towards like beauty, but I think
I usually only see rose quartz as self-love because it's like not a passionate type of love to me.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
It's more, and rose quartz you put in the bath with you, it's not going to poison you.
Yeah, that's true.
Another thing that's pretty good
rose
about
quartz is a quartz, yeah. Yeah, so I would say use rose quartz or radicronzonite. Rose quartz more from Dream and radicronzonite more from me. I would use, your basic quartz as well to help like amplify and energize your bath. So
maybe you could do like a glamour spell on your makeup. You put a little bit of magic into that when you put it on if you have makeup. I don't usually wear makeup. That's just not the thing for me,
Yeah, Dream, we're going to have to do a episode on enchanting and glamours because I just feel like that would be the coolest thing to go over, and just talking about how to do glamours and how to do enchantments on objects, especially for the thing that you mentioned about putting a glamour on your makeup or your jewelry or your glasses or something. I think that would be a really interesting video to do. And
yeah, that definitely would be a topic I'd be down for.
That would be a good topic. Well, guys, I guess that is episode 12, Love Spells. So we will see you guys next episode. Have a great week.
Have a good time, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.